I used to be able to write. Writing has become something that rarely crosses my mind, but when it does, it freezes in time, and my words are lost in a never-ending black hole of questions. Like, where should I start, and where should I end, and why is this harder than it used to be? My mind is that one asshole friend that insists on blocking your cock, keeping me from things I desire, and laughing at my worthless attempt at getting them. The words used to stretch from my brain to the paper like an anxious 5-year-old reaching for a Batman action figure conveniently placed 3 feet above his head. The words rolled themselves off my tongue and crawled into sentences and paragraphs that would eventually end up telling my life story. The wisps of the slightly slanted S's and the strong, straight lines that appeared when I crossed the T's created a portrait of letters. My imagination splashed onto the pages, rippled with each dot of an I, and crashed into the margins, only to flow back onto the line in which they had begun. I used to be able to write. I used to be able to make my words turn into pictures. You know, the ones you remember taking as a kid with one of those cheap-ass film cameras. Those who captured your mother's smile even though she hardly ever wore one. And the ones where you were still close to the person you miss the most right now. I used to be able to write. But now I'm just stuck here in the quicksand of what I like to call my mind. My body's way of telling me I can't do what I love. I feel like that kid that gets picked last in gym class, or the slowest baby turtle who is trying its best to reach the water. The waves, they crash upon my body and leave me drenched in confusion and frustration, and all I want is to be able to write like I used to. You'd think I'd have millions of things to tell the world. Like that time I stumbled up the stairs and landed face first into the butt of a stranger, or the time I stood outside in the snow with tears streaming down my face, unable to see what was right in front of me. My words always get lost. Maybe they get off at the wrong train stop and begin searching for something new. Or maybe they get distracted by one of those beautiful personalities which shines from someone's voice. I'll never know why the words chose to take a break. All I know is that I used to be able to write.